Welcome students once again to the accounting session. In the previous session you have learned about the rectification of errors which is meant for 6 marks question. So today we will continue with the chapter and today we will learn how to prepare the trial balance. Already in the previous sessions, I have taught you how to pass the journal entries, post it into the ledger, balance, and then prepare the trial balance. And we have also learned in the previous sessions rectification of one-sided error and two-sided error as well. So in the rectification of errors, as we have seen that errors may occur on one side or it may occur on the both side as well. In a case if the errors are occurring on the one side, it is considered as one-sided error, and if the error is occurring on the both sides, it is considered as two-sided error. And I have even shown you how to rectify the errors. To rectify the errors, what we will do? We will write the correct entry first and then you will write the wrong entry, and then seeing and comparing the correct entry with the wrong entry, you will prepare the rectifying entry. So this is about the rectification of errors, and as I have told you previously also, if you are proficient in passing the journal entries and if you know if you are conversant with the journal entries, only at that time you can pass the rectification of entries. So this is rectification of errors is for 6 marks. So they may ask you some one-sided errors and some two-sided errors as well. So now coming to the next topic, or the topic in the same chapter, that is rectification of errors and preparation of trial balance. So today we will see how to prepare the trial balance. So normally trial balance is like this. Serial number, name of the account, debit and credit. Serial number 1, for instance, capital account. Remember, in the trial balance, liabilities and capital and incomes, liabilities, capital and incomes will always be credited, and assets, expenses and losses always will be debited. Expenses, assets and losses will always be debited to the trial balance. So this is the rule for the preparation of trial balance. Capital, liabilities, outstanding expenses, will be credited to the trial balance account, and expenses, losses and assets will be debited to the trial balance. Now capital will be always credited to the trial balance. Capital will always be credited to the trial balance. Let us take furniture. Furniture is an asset. While passing the journal entries, you remember, if you are purchasing a furniture account will be debited to cash account. So normally asset will always be debited. Purchases always will be debited. Sales will be always credited. Purchase returns will be debited. Sales return purchase returns will always be credited. Sales return will be always be debited. Opposite. Purchase is on the debit side, purchase return will be on the credit side. Sales is on the credit side, sales return will be on the debit side. Next, cash. Cash is an asset, so it will be always on the debit side. Bank may be debit or credit. In case if you have taken loan from the bank, it is liability. Bank loan is a liability, so it will be credited. If there is a bank balance, it will be debited. So bank balance, if there is a bank balance, it will be debited. In case if you are having loan in the bank, it will be credited. Next, creditors. Creditors means it is a liability. So as I discussed previously, if there is a liability, it should be definitely shown on the credit side. So creditors will be credited. Debtors. Debtors means asset, because people should give you money, people owe you money. So if you are selling the goods on credit to any party or any customer, that customer will become your debtor. So he is an asset for you because amount is receivable from the debtors. So in that case, debtors, since it is an asset, it is amount receivable, it will be debited. Bills receivable means amount receivable against the bill. Bills receivable will always be debited. Bills receivable will always be debited. And bills payable will be credited. Expenses like rent, salary, commission, brokerage, etc. will always be debited. Salary, debit. Rent, debit. Commission, commission if paid will be debit, if received, it will be credit. Commission, if paid, will be debit. If received, it will be credit. Because commission, if paid, will be an expense, and commission, if received, will be income. And the rule says that if there is income, it should be credited, and if there is expense, it should be debited to the trial balance. Next, interest on bank loan. Interest on bank loan is an expense because you are taken a loan and you are supposed to pay the interest on loan to the bank. So if there is an interest on loan to the bank, it should be debited. It should be debited. Interest on investments. Or interest on fixed deposits. If there is any income from your investment, for example, you have invested in debentures, or else if you have invested in any shares, if you have invested in the fixed deposits or any other scheme, and if you are receiving interest on that, so that will be an income and it will be credited in the trial balance. It will be credited in the trial balance. So here interest on loan is debited because it is an expense, but interest on investment is credited because it is an income. So here hope so that you are understanding the rules. So rules say that capital and liabilities and incomes should always be credited, and assets, expenses and losses should always be debited. So if you remember these points, you can prepare a trial balance without any difficulty. So write down this. So we will solve or we will prepare some of the trial balances and try to understand the next part of the chapter, that is rectification of errors and preparation of trial balance. So we have already learned the rectification of errors. Now we will learn how to prepare the trial balance in this session. So write down this and we will continue with the preparation of one trial balance with the help of the information available. So now we will see how the information is given, and on the basis of that information how you are supposed to prepare the trial balance. And this question is also for 6 marks, as I have sent you the pattern of question paper. So in that the marks availed for the preparation of trial balance is 6 marks. So the data given will be as follows. They will give the data like this. Capital 2,50,000. Machinery 80,000. Building 1,50,000. Furniture 20,000. Purchases 1 lakh. Sales 1,80,000. Purchase returns 5,000. Sales return 5,000. Salary 30,000. Rent 20,000. Printing and stationery 15,000. General expenses 15,000. Debtors 70,000. Creditors 40,000. Bank loan 30,000. Now, with the help of this information, you are supposed to prepare the trial balance. You are supposed to prepare the trial balance. And you know the format of trial balance. In trial balance, particulars or name of the account, debit and credit. Write down this question. So to prepare a note of sufficient fund place, so I will take this information here. Rent 20,000, printing and stationery 15,000, general expenses 15,000, debtors 70,000, creditors 40,000, bank loan 30,000. So I'll transport this information here. Now I will run this and prepare here trial balance. Trial balance. Now we will prepare trial balance on the basis of information provided. First is capital. Capital account 2,50,000 has to be credited. Always capital account has to be credited. 2,50,000. Next is machinery account. Machinery account. So machinery account is an asset account. So asset should always be debited. So machinery account is debited 80,000. Next is building. So building account is asset account, so it should be debited. Next is furniture. Furniture is also an asset. So this account should be debited 20,000. Next, purchases will be considered as expenses only. So purchases ₹1 lakh debited. Next is sales. Sales account will always be credited. Purchase returns opposite to the purchasers. Purchase returns. Purchase returns. Or it is also called as return outwards. Purchase returns is how much? 5,000. Purchase is on the debit side, so purchase returns will be written on the credit side. Next, sales return. Sales is on the credit side, so sales return will be recorded on the debit side. Next, salary. Expense. Salary is an expense, so recorded on the debit side. Next is rent. Rent is an expense. Recorded on the debit side. Next is printing and stationery. Printing and stationery is recorded on the debit side. Next, general expenses. So general expenses has to be recorded on the debit side. Next, debtors. $70,000. Next, creditors. $40,000. Next is bank loan. Bank loan. Bank loan 30,000. 30,000. So now, if you do the total of both sides, it should tally. In case if it is not tallying, it means that you have committed mistake in writing the accounts or in recording the transactions. You have made some mistake. So let us see now on the debit side, 80 plus 150, 230, 250, 250 plus 1 lakh, 350, 355, 385, 2 lakh 5, 235, 2 235 plus 70, 3,05,000. 3,05,000 is the total of debit side. 1,50,450. 230, 320, 350, 380, 430, 5,05,000. Sorry, 5,05,000 is the total of debit side. 2,50,000 plus 1,80,000. 4,30,000 plus 70, 5,05,000. So both side total is how much now? 5,05,000. So it means your trial balance is telling, it means that you have not committed any mistake in recording the transactions either in daybook nor in ledger posting nor in balancing. So children, this is how we are supposed to prepare the trial balance, and the information given will be as follows like this, and they will ask you to prepare the trial balance. Prepare trial balance. So they will give the information, or then the information should be used by you, and then you should prepare what? Trial balance. You should decide what to debit and what to credit. And the general rule, as I have discussed, that is liabilities, capital and incomes will be always credited. Assets, expenses and losses will always be debited. So applying these rules, you can prepare trial balance.